Welcome to Math with Mr. J.
In this video, I'm going to cover how to multiply 3-digit numbers by 2-digit numbers. So let's jump into our two examples here and find the product of each. Now remember, product means the answer to a multiplication problem. So for number 1, we have 239 times 54. And the first thing we need to do is line this problem up. So we can write 239 times 54. Now when writing this problem, it's important that all of our places are lined up. So for example, our 9 and 4 are lined up because they are both in the ones place. The 3 and 5 are lined up because they are both in the tens place. And then the 2 is lined up with nothing below that because 54 doesn't have a digit in the hundreds place. So now that we're lined up, we're ready to multiply. And what we're going to do 4 times 239 and then 50 times 239. And we're doing 50 because the 5 in 54 has a value of 50. And then we add those two answers together to get our final product or answer. So let's start with 4 times 9, which is 36. So we put our 6 here and we carry our 3 that has a value of 30 over to the tens place. Now we're doing 4 times 30 because that 3 is in the tens place, but we can just think of it as 4 times 3 and then add that 3 that we carried. So 4 times 3 is 12 plus 3 is 15. Carry our 1. Now we do 4 times 200, or just think of it as 4 times 2, which is 8, plus that 1 is 9. So 4 times 239 is 956, but that's not our final answer. We still need to do 50 times 239. So we are done with this 1 that we carried and the 3. I'm crossing those off just so we don't get confused with any other numbers we need to carry. And I'm also going to cross this 4 off because we are done with it. Now we're going to do 50 times 239. So we need a 0 here, because we're moving over to the tens place and that 5 has a value of 50. So we put a 0 there to represent that. Now we need to do 5 times 9, 3, and 2, just like we did with the 4 in our first step. So 5 times 9 is 45. So we put our 5 here, carry the 4. Now we do 5 times 3 plus that 4, which is 19. Carry the 1. And then 5 times 2 is 10. Plus that 1 is 11. Now we can add these two numbers together. These are called our partial products, and it makes sense because they are part of the final product or answer. So 6 plus 0 is 6. 5 plus 5 is 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. Plus 9 is 19. 1 plus 1 is 2. And we just have a 1 there that we can drop down, and we get a final answer of 12,906. So on to number 2. First thing, we set the problem up, 628 times 73. So we need to do 3 times 628 and then 70 times 628. Add those answers together to get our final answer. So 3 times 8 is 24. Carry our 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 3 times 6 is 18. We are done with this 3 and then also that 2 that we carried. So we need a 0 here for our next step because that 7 has a value of 70. We're moving over to the tens place. So now we do 7 times 8, which is 56. Carry our 5. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 5 is 19. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 1 is 43. So we have our partial products and we are ready to add. So 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 6 is 14. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 9 is 18. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5. And then we have a 4 down here. So we get a final product or answer of 45,844. So there you have it. There's how you multiply 3-digit numbers by 2-digit numbers. I hope that helped. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, peace.